What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always. Spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about: football, basketball, and boxing. So the subject is boxing. Jaron boots Ennis. He's got a rematch against Jaron, if I'm saying that right. I might be butchering his name, but it's a rematch of a fight that he had back in January of 2023. It went 12 rounds back in 2023, and Boots won by unanimous decision. I'm here mainly to talk about Boots. I totally expect him to get a W November 9th, probably in more dramatic fashion. He's allowing the rematch because this is a mandatory. And a mandatory is what he has to take to defend his IBF title and keep his IBF title. Recently, Boots has stated that he wants to be undisputed at 147, 154 pounds, 160, and 168 pounds. I think that he has the skill and the talent level and the dog in him to do just that, but he probably doesn't have the time in his career in his prime to accomplish it unless he fights late into his late 30s and maybe into his 40s, because it takes time to gain those fights, and he's still sitting here in his late 20s fighting at 147 pounds because he can still make that weight and he's still trying to get belts there. Now the question is, why has he not been unified yet? The IBF was kind of given to him. Not kind of, it was given to him at first because they stripped Terrence Bud Crawford. Not because Crawford was necessarily ducking Boots, but Crawford had plans to move forward either with a rematch with Earl Spence or going up to 154. We all knew that Earl and Crawford were going to move up after their fight, regardless of how it went. And nobody really expected either one of them to fight Boots, at least not at 147 pounds. So I don't fault Boots or them for that not happening. I do think Boots wanted to fight both of them. But Boots has the talent and the skill to be the best boxer on the planet. He can fight in both stances, conventional and southpaw. He's got power in both hands, stands at 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. 32 wins, 1 no contest. 29 of those 32 wins are by knockout. He's a beast. People have compared him to Roy Jones Jr. with his skill set. You could say that. You could maybe say Sugar Ray Leonard. Some people have said Hagler or Hearns because of the power. All of these are big compliments to him because these are all-time greats. But he hasn't proven that yet. We're just talking about talent and potential. And potential doesn't cut it when you're trying to go down as one of the all-time greats. Now, I'm going to put some of the onus on his management. Eddie Hearn has got to find a way to get this guy in the ring with other champions ASAP. Or move him up to 154 and force it. Don't keep him at 147. But he got to do that because he's too great not to be in these big-time fights. He'll probably win convincingly November 9th. But he's a guy that I think has the ability to get in the ring with a Terrence Crawford, an Earl Spence, Sebastian, who Spence is about to fight. Anybody at 154, I think he'd be fine with. And I actually think if his weight carries to 160, anybody at 160. His skill set is like that. But again, he hasn't been tested enough to know if it carries against somebody who can take his power and gonna punch back and has a lot of heart and grit. Even if they don't have his talent, if they got the heart and grit, how will he mix it up with him? He's great, but we need to see him tested. Eddie Hearn, get this man a fight or pass him on to somebody who can get the job done. We're wasting the sports community's time not having such a great fighter in great fights. And that's all I got to say about that right now. Boots, good luck with your next fight, and I hope to see you soon in a bigger fight. Let's do 2025 the right way. Make this be active. Be active and activate on somebody in the ring. Give them the business. But it got to be a good challenge. And truthfully, I do think some guys are going to duck Boots. But you got to force it. Got to figure out how to get them in there with these challenges. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you're looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.